Hello, first graders and families. Today we are going to learn about solving for an unknown and revisiting what the math equals sign means. In class and at home, I love that partnership. In class and at home, we have been learning about the equal sign and what it means. The equal sign means balance or the same amount on both sides of the equal sign. And you all know that the equal sign makes Mrs. Bell's heart very happy because it reminds her of symmetry. And that's a beautiful way to balance things. Symmetry also, like the equal sign, means same on both sides. Today's I can statement: I can determine the unknown whole number in an addition or subtraction equation for equations with three whole numbers. Now let's get this math party started. We're going to start slow and grow today, friends. Tomorrow, please tell me up to what stage you are comfortable with. Remember, you can always pause and or rewatch these videos. You get to do you and learn at your pace, and that's okay. Again, all I ask is that you give me your personal best. Stage 1, 5 equals 5. True statement. 5 cats on one side is the same as 5. Now the next one is an example of a false statement. 4 is not equal to 5. It is not the same. Stage 2. Here, we're solving again for that missing add-in, but sometimes it helps to think of it as a fact family, and we can even turn it around. Sometimes the sum comes first, as in the first problem, 5 equals 4 plus what? At that point, if that's tricky, I could tell myself 4 plus what equals 5, which is a way we're more familiar with seeing it. So that's kind of something that we can work with there. The next one, stage 3, remember, with our fact families, we know that addition and subtraction are opposites, and that big mathematician word for that would be inverse operations. Here again, sometimes I have my difference in front, and sometimes I have my difference at the end of the equation. So my first one is 7 minus something equals 1. Well, goodness gracious. If I were to add 7 plus 1, that gives me 8. And I can go ahead and plug that number in my first question mark, and then I can ask myself, does that work? Remember what we always said, we want to check our work. 8 minus 1, sure enough, that does make 7. The second problem, same thing. 8 minus what makes 7? What is the difference between 8 and 7? And that difference is 1. Remember, subtraction is the difference between two numbers, and that is why we call the answer to a subtraction problem the difference. Moving on to stage 4. This is a bit of a challenge here now. Here we're looking at balancing equations with different numbers on both sides now. And remember that missing add-in can be anywhere, but here we're doing 4 plus 5 equals 9. And then we have to remember that equal sign means balance or same amount on both sides. A lot of kiddos want to put 9 right there, but if I put 9 right there, that would mean 9 plus 3, and that would be 12. And we all know that 9 does not equal 12. Therefore, I need to ask myself, 3 plus what makes 9? And if I don't have that fact right away, I could do 3 and count up. I can hit that number on the head. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'll have 6 fingers. Or I can count back from 9. I can hit 9 on the head and count back 3. 9, 8, 7, 6. Either way, my missing number here is going to be 6. Okay, now stage 5. This is today's new learning. And this might be a little bit tricky for some, but don't worry, you're not alone. And we're going to be practicing using a scale like the one in class tomorrow. And again, I can't wait for you to show off your learning tomorrow. So let's just have a little bit of a growth mindset and know that we may come across some productive discomfort here. Yes, like we say when we practice our yoga every morning. But sometimes that's good because it helps you grow and it helps you stretch. So here we go. I'm hoping I can get this one to open up my link. Come on, there we go. Okay, and I'm going to scroll this up and I'm going to move, if I can, move this over a little bit. Remember, I'm learning and growing just like you are. And I'm going to click. At this moment, my equation is balanced because I have 0 on both sides. But let's say I did 7 here plus 3. Now on my other side here, I have 7 plus 3 and it's giving me the sum of 10. I have 6 plus, I know that I need to have 10 on both sides. So here, I have to say 6 plus what makes 10. Here again, I can hit that number 6 on the head and count up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 4 fingers raised, and that is 4. And does that work? Absolutely. It's giving me a lovely equal sign here. So 7 plus 3 equals 6 plus 4. In other words, 10 equals 10. Let's just try one more, and I can reset the balance and move that back down here. Now what if this time I start on this side? Again, because I can work up with numbers up to 20. If I had 10 plus 8, oh my goodness, I have 18 on this side. I'll come over to the other side. What if I had 9 plus something? What is that missing add-in? Can you think of a doubles fact that might work for this one? Absolutely. That missing add-in is 9. So 9 plus 9 equals 18. And 10 plus 8 equals 18. Let me reset that balance scale. Now this is when we can get a little bit trickier. What if I did something like this? What if I did 10 minus 3? Goodness gracious, it's telling me that that is 7. And on the other hand, I have 5 plus, whoops, sorry. Let me go back. Sorry about that. 10 minus 3. And on the other side, I have 5 plus, well, goodness gracious, 10 minus 3 is 7. And on the other side, at the moment, I just have 5, but I want to get to 7. So what would happen if I add 2? It balances. 10 minus 3 is 7, and 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 equals 7. Great big check. Ladies and gentlemen, we will work on this some more tomorrow. And again, thank you so much for having a growth mindset today. And lastly, I want to say, well done, mathematicians. Give your brain a kiss, and I'll see you in class tomorrow. And don't forget, let me know what stage you are at. Thank you. Bye.